Hello, and welcome to the MySpace podcast. I'm your host, Miley, and today I will be reviewing the book The Wrong Game by Kandi Steiner. I think that's how you say her last name. Oh my gosh, I keep hitting this thing. Sorry, my hair feels crazy. I've had it up in like a bun. More of a high ponytail. A messy bun for like 5 hours. So, yeah. Okay, let's get into this, shall we? Or I'm gonna forget what we're doing. Rating. So I give this book a 9 out of 10. I love how like the main focus of this book was basically it kind of revolved around being hurt in the past by love and then getting up and pushing past that pain and the fear to love again and just pushing past that and going after love even though you could be hurt in the end. And that was like the whole premise kind of what kind of both of them had to learn, more Gemma than Zach, but you know. Sorry, I just realized I don't actually know how to spell his name. I have like 2 different ways down. And I think the author showed that whole kind of message really beautifully and nicely. And also I love how they both take responsibility for what they do. They are both adults in like 30 or early 30s. I think she turned 30 in this book. I don't know how old he is though. Sorry. POV. So it switches between Gemma and Zach's point of views. It's first person. So yeah. Genre. It's a sports romance and it's an adult book. A little too much in my opinion. Plot / storyline. So Gemma was cheated on by her husband, her late husband, but before she could tell her husband this, that she knows, and that she wants a divorce, well, really, that they're getting a divorce because she had a whole plan, he tells her that he has terminal cancer. I cannot speak today. Thus, she never told him and stayed with him until he died. Yeah, so that was the whole prologue, and then now, the story of it. Months later, Gemma finds herself with season tickets to the Chicago Bears, which is a football team, because she had bought the tickets for her and her husband before he died, I believe. But now she doesn't have anyone to go with, and her friend, Belle, her best friend, doesn't like sports at all. So Belle suggests that she takes a different guy to each of the games with some little fun afterwards, you know. And Zach overhears this. He's the bartender at the bar that they're at, and he suggests that she bring him to the first game of the season, first home game, as a practice round. They both have a lot of fun together at the game, and Zach is like, I'm not letting her get away. But Gemma's trying to stick to the rules she made. But Zach isn't hearing any of that and decides to go to the next game, which she brought a date to. He bought the season tickets that the people next to them had. Yeah, that makes sense. And then you can definitely tell that during this game that she definitely has feelings for him, but she's trying to fight it. Stuff happens too during that game. And then after that, like maybe the following week or something, she does a little something to try to show that she doesn't like him or really have those feelings for him. And she does something a little stupid, but she never actually goes through with it in the end. But she's still trying to be like, oh no, I definitely don't like him. But Belle's like, girl, you like him. And she comes up with this whole plan to try to get Gemma to actually act on her feelings and not be scared and go after love. And well, it works. Zach and Gemma date for a bit, and they're having fun and everything, but then that comes crashing down, because, of course, why not? It has to happen. And she breaks up with him. It's a whole her thing, too. It's not on him. It's just her. She's the one who's going through everything and trying to figure everything out. But then in the end, with help from Belle, she just kind of like realizes stuff and then they end up getting back together. Yay, that's it. That's the book for you. It's just a romance book. Okay, characters. Gemma. So, because her ex-husband cheated, lied, and betrayed her, she thinks that every man is like that, so she thinks that Zach is like that. Belle is like, he's not like that. But you'll never know if you don't try. And she also feels like she can't trust anyone because she thinks that they're all just going to hurt her in the end. And she doesn't want to get hurt again. But, that's the price you may have to pay while trying to find love. Blah, blah, blah. That's not, like, what I'm trying to say, but, like, it's the closest thing that I can find to what I'm trying to say, She has OCD and anxiety, and she likes being in control, and that's why she makes lists and rules about literally everything. And it's just to feel better and feel just in control of her own life. But with Zach, that all kind of starts to fall apart, and she's allowing it. She's like, this is okay, I feel safe and whatnot. So yeah, she's also never actually really done anything for herself. Like, she's always done what her late husband wanted her to do, followed him in everything, and never did anything for herself. And I wish we could have seen her maybe find out what it was that she wanted to do, because I don't really think, like, she wants to she likes what she's doing now, but I don't know but Zach and her had this conversation at one point that was kind of like, is what we're doing really what we want to do, like, in our lives, like their jobs and stuff. And I think what she was doing wasn't really what she wanted to do, and I kind of wish we could have seen her find what she wanted to do, but, like, I like also the other stuff that happened in the book, so yeah. Zach, so the same thing is with him with Gemma, blah, blah, I don't think I'm saying that correctly, but he also is going through is what I'm doing what I actually want to do, because he doesn't really know what he wants to do. Like, is working in that bar really what he wants? Because he really likes football, and he used to be a football player who could have gone pro, but he kind of threw it all away for his family and hasn't looked back yet. He also doesn't regret it or second guess it at all. He decided to throw it all away to help out his family, which was more important. But, like, what's kind of annoying me here is, like, throughout the book, you kind of see, like, a part of him that kind of wants to go back to football in some way. But, like, in the end, there's no choice that he makes to go back to football. It's kind of getting on my nerves. He's also been hurt by love in the past. He wants Gemma and he fights for her. But when she pushes him away, he does end up stepping back. There's a couple of times that happens. So, and he apologizes for what he does, and he realizes when he pushes too far, and he apologizes for that. And also, that's usually when he decides to take a step back from her, and then she pulls him back in, and there's a whole, like, push and pull in this book, honestly. A little thing about Bella, actually. Not Bella, Belle. Her name's Belle. Belle. I got this. I can say her name correctly. So she's Gemma's best friend, and she's the one who kind of gets Gemma to see things more clearly, and she wants what's best for her friend. Belle is also, she's only one night for men, basically. She kind of lives her life alone in a way, and when Gemma points it out, and she's all like, well, you're living your life alone, so I can just do it, and Gemma's all like, Bella's all like, you don't want this type of life, it's not fun, it's lonely. And both times that she tells Gemma this, Gemma kind of has a, like, okay, maybe I should go be with Zach. Yeah, spoilers. Okay. So, this is when everything breaks down. Or, yeah, we'll just do this, and I'm just going in the way I wrote things. So, Sophia, her late husband's mom, comes and gives her a box of his things, one that she refused to have in the hospital. And in it, there's a letter to her, which basically just says that he loves her, and then she finds a letter to the girl he was having an affair with, and it is literally the same exact letter, word for word. And that opens up all of her wounds, and she goes back to not feeling like she can trust men, and she goes and breaks up with Zach and tells him that she can't trust him. But then she has a talk with her best friend Belle, and she goes to him, and then after that she goes to Zach and gives him her other ticket to the game, hoping that he'll come. Zach is first off like, no, I'm not gonna go. When he's talking with his family after, he's all like, I'm not gonna go. But his family are like, go, you fight for love. She's trying to show that she's trying to trust, like she's trying to build what was broken. So then I think he finally decides that he's gonna go, but it seems like he's not going to because it's like the fourth quarter. But then he finally shows up in a hot dog costume because she likes hot dogs, and yeah, it's happily ever after from there. Okay, now this is I'm gonna tell you the whole like part of what's just bothering me about like Zach and stuff. So Doc, the man who owns the bar, he's leaving to go be with the love of his life. And he said that he'd leave the bar to Zach if he wanted it, but if he wanted to do something else with his life, he'd sell it and use the money to help Zach get what he wanted. Now, throughout the whole book, we see these little snippets of Zach kind of missing playing football, but also not regretting his choice to leave. Now, he left because his younger brother had leukemia. His younger brother was like 4, and he was freshman year of college, I think. And his brother wasn't expected to live, so he left to help his parents with his younger brother and stuff, and he hasn't looked back on that. He hasn't regretted his choice or anything, like he would do it over and over again. But there's these little moments within it where he's like with the football and thinking about football, and he's like, he kind of like, it seems like he kind of misses it and wants to go back to it in some way. So when this whole thing comes up with like, either I'll give you the bar or you go do what you want to do in life, like if you have something else, I was like, okay, maybe he'd like find something to do in football because he like seems like he wants to in a way go back to it. But then in the end he decides to take the bar and own it, and it kind of just annoys me that he did that choice because like it's not the ending that I saw coming for him. Like I thought he would do something in football, like maybe it's just trying to prove that he doesn't regret his choice of helping his brother, but also seems like you seem to love football and playing it and being a part of it, so why not go back to it? So it's just annoying me so much. Like we're missing something. Yeah, just there's something there and I don't think you got it. But they're both happy with their choices in the end, so like yeah. Anything else? Not really. Blah, blah, blah. That's it. Yeah. I'm reading fantasy next. Like, I need a fantasy. I'm so over romance right now. I can only read romance for so long, and I'm going off this list I have and that I made from all of the stuff I have on Goodreads. So it's just going through everything, and it's a list of kind of like how much I want to read it and stuff. And I don't want to read unfinished series yet, and fantasy books are usually unfinished series. But the next book on the list, I believe, is fantasy. And I think I'm just going to go to the next fantasy book. I'm over romance. I can only do romance for so long because to me, romance is just the same thing over and over and over again. It's just the same trope. And I'm kind of done right now. But I got a new Ella Hazelwood book. My mom got it for me. And it's 3 novellas. So soon enough, I'll read it. But that's not the next book I'm reading. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to fantasy, which is literally my favorite genre of like all time. I love fantasy. I love really romantasy because I do love when there's romance in it. I do like that. I used to not, but that's changed. Yeah. I got a TikTok, but this video will be coming out like a month after I got that TikTok account. So it's really more just book recs, so I'm just going over the books and being like, I would recommend it, blah 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 blah, Okay. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching and listening, and have a good rest of your day, night, week, month, year, life. Thank you and goodbye.